in our Here's Something You Should Know About Metro Atlanta segment, we celebrate the life of Martin Luther King this Monday the 16th. So we thought we would share some interesting facts about MLK Jr. and his family. I was talking to someone many years ago with the Atlanta Regional Commission, and they said 50 years ago, now this was probably 15 years ago or 12 years ago, but they said 50 years ago from that time back, they said the city of Birmingham and the city of Atlanta were the same size. I don't know how big Birmingham is today, but let's say it's 300,000 or 400,000. Atlanta's over 6 million population. And I said, well, what was the difference? And they said basically four things. Number one, Martin Luther King Jr. was from Metro Atlanta. Number two was Hartsfield International Airport being such a busy airport. Number three was the Olympics in 1996 in Metro Atlanta. And number four, he said, was the ability for municipalities around Metro Atlanta to plan together. That made sense for him to say that because he was, I believe, the chairman of the Atlanta Regional Commission at the time. But I was fascinated by what he said about MLK helped put the city of Atlanta on the map. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15th, 1929 in Atlanta. He was the second of three children to Michael King and Alberta King, but MLK Jr. was named after a Protestant reformer, Martin Luther. His father changed his own name and that of his 5-year-old son. Here we go, in honor of the Protestant Reformation leader. MLK Jr.'s birth certificate didn't reflect the change until 1957. He entered college when he was 15 years old, went to Morehouse, graduated in 1948, started in 1944 with a BA in sociology. He was arrested 29 times and charged many times, many of which were dropped, ranged from civil disobedience to traffic violations. He survived an assassination attempt a decade before his death. September 20th, 1958, he was in a department store in Harlem for a book signing. A woman asked if he was Martin Luther King Jr., and when he replied yes, she thrust a knife in his chest, narrowly missing his heart. She thought he had ties to the Communist Party, and she said she'd been after him for years. After his death, the King family filed a civil case against the government and won. Family was awarded some monetary damages, which they donated to charity. They said it was the charity. They said it was never about the money, but about the truth. We celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. the third Monday in January every year.